Here's who stood out on day 10 of 49ers training camp. Keep in mind, Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, and Kyle Juszczyk had the day off. They'll return to practice tomorrow. Meanwhile, Colton McKivitz returned to practice today. In addition, one former first-round pick was excellent, while another struggled. More on them in a minute. The good. Wide receiver Ricky Pearsall. He did one-on-one drills for the first time in the NFL, at least in front of the media. And he was exactly what I expected. He was the best. He was outstanding. He destroyed Darrell Luter Jr., who's a solid NFL cornerback. When Pearsall makes his break, he has this burst. It's almost like, I don't know, Brock Purdy getting out of the pocket, a surprising burst. And he creates a lot of distance and separation between him and the guy covering him. Now, if you can get your hands on Ricky Pearsall at the line of scrimmage, he struggles. But if you get him a free release, which is what Kyle Shanahan is there to do, he's putting him at flanker in the slot, putting him in motion. If he gets down the field, he is really good. He's, I don't want to be hyperbolic here, but it's a fact. He's faster than Brandon Ayuk. He's quicker than Brandon Ayuk. He might create more separation than Brandon Ayuk. Doesn't mean he's better than Brandon Ayuk. I mean, I haven't even seen him face Diamador Lenore really yet, but just the movement alone, he's really good. Nickelback Upton Stout. He's the only cornerback on the team who's out there in team drills who can hang with Ricky Pearsall at all. And really, it's a hell of a matchup. Today, they faced each other 3 times in 11-on-11s. First time, Ricky Pearsall went in motion 8 times before the snap, and Upton Stout seemed to lose him a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's because he's 5'8", don't know. But Ricky Pearsall ended up wide open, and Upton seemed like that was his guy. The next play, Upton was right on him. Ricky Pearsall made a contested catch, but Upton had his hands on it as well, stuck with the play, ripped the ball away, and ran with it. Defense was hoping for an interception. Refs didn't give it to him. It was close. And then on the final play, he broke up the pass intended for Ricky Pearsall. So each time he got closer. He's an incredible athlete, an incredible competitor. He's the best rookie on the team right now, and it's not particularly close. It doesn't mean he'll end up being the best rookie from this class, but he is playing like a vet. He's carrying himself like a vet, and the coaches are extremely, extremely impressed. He's already locked up the starting nickel position. The only other rookie who's definitely a starter right now is Mykel Williams because he's the first-round pick. More on him in a minute. Cornerback Diamador Lenore, he returned to practice after missing the last few with hip irritation. Warmed up with the cornerbacks but didn't participate in one-on-ones or 11-on-11s. They're going to be cautious with him, which is smart. Running back Jordan James also returned to practice after missing the last few with knee issues. Just like Lenore, he was out there with his position group during individual drills, or indies as the players call it, but he was not out there for 11-on-11s. Jacob Robinson, he's not as good as Upton Stout. He's about a year and a half older than Upton Stout, but he is similar. I mean, Upton Stout's 5'9", 181. Jacob Robinson's 5'10", 181. Upton Stout runs a 4.44. Jacob Robinson runs a 4.4 flat. They both have 30-inch arms. Stout's better, but this guy Robinson is decent. I mean, he might be the 3rd best outside cornerback on the team behind the starters, Lenore and Renardo Green. He breaks up a pass every day. He gets beat every day as well, but I haven't seen Dallas Flowers break up a pass in 11-on-11s yet. I haven't seen Trey Brown do anything but get beaten like a drum. So Jacob Robinson is interesting. They probably like him to put on 10 pounds of muscle, but a guy who breaks up a pass a day is interesting. Look at his stats. He had 21 pass breakups in college, 11 interceptions, 9 tackles for losses. Upton Stout didn't have numbers like that. Upton Stout's interesting. He had 8 tackles for loss last year. He's going to be an incredible tackler and hitter, and he's going to be good in coverage too. But don't sleep on Jacob Robinson, the other rookie corner. They're both good. Running back Patrick Taylor Jr., he's like the one running back who hasn't either gotten injured or taken a bunch of days off during training camp. He's out there every day. He's big. He's clearly in better shape than last year. Like, I haven't talked about Patrick Taylor Jr. at all. He's not Jordan Mason, but he looks way more advanced, strong, bigger, stronger than Jordan James and Corey Kiner. He's a good receiver too. Don't sleep on Patrick Taylor Jr. And then wide receiver Tariq Owens. He's still on this team. Isaiah Nayor, more on him in a minute, but Tariq Owens is here. He had 2 really nice catches today. One on a dig route over the middle where he beat Jacob Robinson, who's no slouch. And then one 50-yard catch deep down the right sideline. Beat some third-string corner. Doesn't matter. He actually is starting to make plays here and there. I don't know if he'll ever make the 53-man roster, but I don't know that he won't. He's improving, and he's got Terrell Owens DNA, which is, I don't have that. I would be so much better at football if T.O. was my dad. But it turns out that he's not. I thought he might be, but he's not. The not so good. Defensive end, Mykel Williams. Let's be clear here. He's a good football player, and I think he's exactly what the scouting report said he is. Maybe I was too, I don't know. I don't know what I expected from Mykel Williams, but you watch him during 11-on-11s. You can't run the ball to his side. They tried today with Patrick Taylor Jr., lost at 3. He sets the edge, he makes the play. So that's exactly what they want. That's the main reason they signed him. They drafted him. As an interior rusher, he uses his hands very well, as Kyle Shanahan said, and he often wins quickly as an interior rusher, which again, if you can set the edge and win in the interior, that's a good skill set. Still, I'd like to see him against more starters. It's just that as an edge rusher, he's not, how do I say this? It's just that as an edge rusher, he's not good yet. What do I mean by that? Well, he doesn't bend. He doesn't get underneath the guy's hands. He doesn't really do anything other than bull rush. He does generate some push, but he doesn't shed the block, at least when he's going against offensive tackles. When he goes up against guards, he uses his hands, he sheds the block. Against tackles, he doesn't seem to shed. He gets tied up, and his first rep of one-on-ones, him against Spencer Burford, one-on-one. And Burford beat him, stood him up, anchored. It was a really nice rep for Burford, who's, hasn't played left tackle in a long time. He's supposed to lose to Mykel Williams. The defensive players always have the advantage. So next rep, he goes up against Isaiah Prince. They just signed him yesterday. Has a little bit of experience with Ohio State, and I would say that Mykel and Prince had a stalemate. I'd give it a draw. Mykel got better push on Prince than he did on Burford, but again, didn't shed the block. So I don't know if you're disappointed. I don't know how you take that, but I don't expect he's going to get many sacks playing D-end in his career, at least this year. If he gets sacks, it'll be as an interior rusher. He could end up with 8, 9, 10 sacks, but they're going to come from the interior when he's flanked by Bosa and Bryce Huff on the outside. Defensive tackle Kevin Givens, he injured his pec. He's going to be out until midseason. That's not good. That's why the Niners signed a bunch of defensive linemen and cut a bunch of, cut their kicker, one of their kickers. More on that guy in a minute. Running back Isaac Guerrero, shoulder injury, out for a few weeks. Isaac Guerrero is supposed to be the number 2 back this year, but he's had injury issues since high school. He hasn't proven, even in college, that he can play running back and, stay healthy, even as a backup. He wasn't even a starter in college, and he had injury issues. So 84 carries last year, multiple injuries, 3 fumbles last year as well. I don't know really what to expect from Isaac Guerrero. A running back, first and foremost, has to be dependable and durable, and he's not that. Patrick Taylor Jr. is that. Now, Patrick Taylor Jr. isn't explosive like Guerrero, but at least he's on the field, which makes him a football player, not a rehabilitator. Strong safety Jair Brown. Speaking of rehabilitation, his ankle hurts again. The one he had the procedure on this offseason, he's out, at least for now, which isn't great because his backup, strong safety Richie Grant, next guy on the list, he gave up like 4 catches to George Kittle, which is, it's George Kittle, but Jair Brown was going to be like that. So the Niners have real issues at strong safety until Malik Mustafa gets back. Wide receiver Isaiah Nayor, he got cut. Probably should have seen this coming. He is big and fast. George Kittle did shout him out on that one podcast, but since he made that one catch that one time, like on day 1 of training camp or day 2, he's done a whole lot of nothing. In one-on-ones and team drills, nothing. So that's why he got cut. Maybe they should have stuck with him, but in terms of toolsy wide receivers, Tariq Owens is a whole lot more productive in practice than Isaiah Nayor is. So we'll see if he turns into anything, but for a guy who's that big, that fast, I always wondered, there's a reason he didn't produce in college. And that reason is he's not good. Sorry. Kicker Jake Moody. He didn't get cut. That's the not so good news about Jake Moody. He didn't get cut. I know you guys were hoping that he would. He looked like he might, considering he was in a kicker competition with Greg Joseph, who was doing better than him. They both kicked 24 kicks in camp. Joseph missed 2, Moody missed 3, and you're thinking, hey, this gives the Niners every excuse to finally release Jake Moody, whom they never should have drafted in the first place. But no, they cut Greg Joseph because anytime you have a competition, you always want to kick the guy who wins it or is winning. Kind of like with Trey Lance and Sam Darnold a couple of years. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, it was Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo year one, but that's neither here nor there. Jake Moody, big vote of confidence from the team because, last time, the last kick he did in front of the media, he missed wide right. Today, since there's no Greg Joseph, there was no field goal kicking. I guess they figure that everyone's going to forget about the issues at kicker and that those will go. The Niners are so confident in their ability to control the narrative of their team. Don't worry about Jake Moody. Why would you worry about him? He just won a kicker competition that he lost. Interesting, huh?